The LaFortune Park pool, which is operated by the County of Tulsa, is in compliance with the federal Virginia Graham Baker Pool and Spa Safety Act. It requires specially designed cover plates on pool main drains and skimmer equalizer lines. That's according to Roger Roth, who heads up public bathing compliance for Tulsa County. He says other modifications must be made as well.
And there's different ways to become compliant. One is to become dual drain system. One is to have unblockable drains, and then the other is to put in a safety vacuum release system in your pump room.
He says the state is asking for voluntary compliance of the federal law and that they're trying to do that, but that it takes time.
Right now, I'd say about 50% in Tulsa County. We have about 650 pools in that area in Tulsa County. About 50% of those are in total compliance. Then we have another 10 to 15 which are in partial compliance, and the rest non-compliant. That doesn't mean they're not safe pools. They're just not Virginia Graham Baker safe.
There are some 3,000 public pools licensed by the state of Oklahoma, but there is no state law dictating what the federal government says. Vernon Bowles is the state health department's consumer health service chief.
In Oklahoma, we have found that the anti-vortex drain covers have proven to be very effective against suction entrapment. We have visited with the health departments across the state, and we're not aware of any suction or physical entrapment that has occurred utilizing these covers. So in Oklahoma, we did not feel like that it was imperative for us to adopt the provisions of the Virginia Graham Baker Act.
Based on that, he says no pool in Oklahoma will be shut down by the state for not following the requirements of the federal law. And he says the federal government doesn't have the manpower on the ground to inspect public pools. However, he also sees it this way.
If I owned a pool, a public pool, say an apartment complex or a motel pool, I would comply for two reasons. First of all, the liability involved if an accident were to occur relative to not being in compliance with federal law, the liability would be unbearable. Second reason would be that I would not really want to be subject to the federal government coming in and imposing a fine on me.
The cost of bringing a public pool into compliance is estimated at $1,500. The federal law does not apply to residential pools. In Tulsa, I'm Liz Exon, the Oklahoma News Report.